Swans, how is Christian Petrarca? He's obviously been battling a bit of sickness, and it's probably not the best morning for it. Will he be out there, and how much will he do, and how's he tracking?
Yeah, he'll be out there. He's fine. He's ready to go. He had a small dose of the flu, but got through that no worries. Pulled up really well, and he's ready to train fully today. So I know from Christian's perspective, he's looking to get back into some main training and really set his week up for a really important game for us.
Does he spend any time away from the group? Did you have to keep him away or anything like that? And anyone else sort of bobbing up with illness this week?
No, we're pretty good this week. We haven't had too much illness, but if Christian stays away from the group, she's a pretty quiet group. So we've had him around most of the time. He didn't spend a lot of time at the club, obviously, the day after the game, and he wasn't at the club on Monday. But he's been involved in the club the last couple of days, and he's brought a bit of energy and spirit back to the group, which has been fantastic.
What's been the big focus for you after the Fremantle game? What sort of lessons did you take out of that one?
Oh, I think, clearly the first lesson is Fremantle were able to sustain their game for longer against us than what we were able to. So, one of the big learnings for us and something we've been really strong at over a long period of time is our ability to get it looking like a Melbourne game for a long period of time and to be able to maintain that through our role execution and our ability to win contests to a really high level. So we weren't able to do that, and the dam all broke in that third quarter. And to Fremantle's credit, they maximised it and hit the scoreboard really quickly. So we've reviewed it, we've had a look at it. It's a great lesson for us how we need to play for longer, and we're looking forward to getting back against Sydney this week.
Has the loss sort of sharpened the focus of the group at all? I know you'd like to be consistent after wins and losses, but does it just naturally sharpen it up a bit?
Oh, I think naturally it puts your environment a bit back on edge. You're a competitor, you want to win, and we'll learn when we win, but we'll also learn when we lose. But there's no question that when you've got a group of players that are such high competitors and they want to win and be successful, a loss always puts the environment back on edge in a good way. People reflect a little bit deeper about where they're at and how they can perform and the purpose that they're having from day to day. And, from the coaches all the way through to our players. It's a different feeling this week. There's no doubt about that, but one that we've sort of embraced and the opportunities that present in front of us this week.
And you just kind of answered that, Simon, but have you seen that kind of change this week with the players and yourself, I guess?
As I said, we learn no matter whether we win or we lose, but there's no doubt that when you lose, you can refine your purpose and you focus that little bit more. And I've seen that. There's an energy about our players this week. There's a real intensity about them and a will to learn and will to get out there and train and get better. And we're looking forward to maximising that this week and preparing ourselves as best we can.
Simon, are you still committed to those 4 ins you mentioned earlier in the week? Salem and those others. Sorry, I just forgot the other 3 off the top of my head, but Salem was amongst them. And the thought on bringing him straight into the AFL team and not through the VFL, that's a long time out.
Yeah, I'm not sure I committed to them. I think I said they were available. I think we've got 5 guys that are coming back that'll be available for selection. So Langdon, Tommy McDonald, Harms, Salem and Hibbert will all be available for selection. So, we've got some decisions to make at main training today. We want to make sure we pick a really fit team, a team that's ready to perform, and we'll see how we go at training today. But there'll be a few of those guys will be coming back for sure.
And just on Christian Salem, if you don't bring him back through the VFL after such a long time out, just the thought behind that.
Yeah, look, as I said, we'll have a look at training today, but Christian's done a power of work. He's had a long campaign in rehab, and one thing I do know from our high performance and staff is they have been able to rehab players incredibly well, ready to perform. So once again, we'll have a look at Christian today at training, make sure he's ready to go, but he'll be available for selection. But if he comes back via the VFL, that's no different than any other player at our footy club. So he'll embrace that and want to get back in the team as quickly as possible.
Have you decided who will replace Stephen May, and is Tom McDonald a chance to go back?
I have decided that, and it's Adam Tomlinson. So I'll give you that one. But yeah, no, Tom won't be heading back. So I have decided. That's a good question, that one.
What have you seen out of Adam that's impressed you to recall him into the side?
6 weeks of outstanding VFL footy. You know, he's played to a really, really high level. He's back winning one-on-one contests. He's playing our defensive system to a really high level, and obviously with the form of May, Petty and Lever, it's been really hard to get him back into the team, but an opportunity's arisen. Obviously with Stephen being out of the team, and he deserves his spot. You know, he's played to a high level for a long period of time, and we like to reward those situations.
And what does Toby Bedford need to do to hold his spot in the side? He seems to be making a pretty big impact whenever he gets a chance.
Yeah, keep doing what he's doing. You know, we're really excited by what Toby brings. You know, he's really given our group something forward to centre. You know, he's very quick, he's very dynamic, and he's having a big impact for our team. But you know, he's just got to keep improving, continue to aspire to be a great player, and we're seeing some huge progressions, whether it be that at VFL or AFL level.
How's Stephen May tracking at the moment? Is it likely to just be the 1 week?
Yeah, it will be the 1 week. So I think we've got 16 days, I think, between the 2 weeks. So a little bit of a longer break. So that gives him plenty of, you know, leeway to get through his protocols. He's tracking incredibly well. You know, he's ticking every box already throughout his protocols. So he'll get a good block of training in heading into the following week as well.
Lance Franklin Tribunal tonight. He clearly gets a week, doesn't he?
Geez, he's a good player. I don't know. I didn't even know that it got pushed back to tonight. So, yeah, obviously we'll wait and see. But he's a high quality player. Clearly he's an important player for Sydney. So we'll watch that with interest tonight.
Him being in or out, do you think it obviously he's a brilliant player. How much does it change what they do and then what you have to do as well?
I don't think it changes too much from what we do, and I'm not sure, I can't really speak from their perspective. You know, we've got a system in place. We'll have a match-up for Buddy if he's in the team, and we'll have a match-up for whoever might come in and replace him. So nothing really changes from within our system and how we'll go about it, but clearly we'll have to wait and see what type of team they pick on the back of whether he's in or out.
And how's Jake Bowie dealing with his first loss at AFL level?
Yeah, he's a bit sad, the little fellow. He had a pretty good run going, so but he's okay. You know, he said he hates losing and he wants to get back on the winners list, and I concur with that.
I mean, just going back to Chris Petrarca, I think you said earlier in the week on around that he put his hand up to play and you backed him in. Given the prevalence of illness now, do you more take that out of the players' hands if you can, given sort of the result wasn't probably the best for you?
Oh no, I think you're backing the people that are in there making the decisions, and you support the athlete. You know, our players, you continue to learn about what our athletes can deal with, and you know, we have a number of guys each week that might go in not feeling 100% or have some sort of injury cloud, and you know, you back the assessment of your medical team, you back the assessment of your athlete, and in this situation, you know, we supported Christian playing. You know, he was keen to play. He didn't perform to his normal level, but that doesn't mean he didn't have an impact either. We'll continue to assess those cases individually, one by one, and try and make the best calls possible.
Last couple.
When you're weighing up the 5 guys possibly coming back in, and you've got Tomlinson as well, how much does that come into it, bringing so many changes at once? Are you sort of hesitant to make 5-6 changes at once?
One thing we know about all the guys that will be available for selection, they know our system incredibly well. And one thing we know that works well for our team is cohesion. And those guys know their role incredibly well and have built cohesion over a long, long period of time. So it doesn't faze me one bit, the number of guys that come back into the team. It'll just be whether they're fit, healthy and ready to perform, and that's how we'll back them in.
Has anyone else been struck down by the man flu, or are you all good?
No, we're all good, which is good. We've had a few doses over the last few weeks, so you know, touch wood, we're going to be all right in the next 3 or 4 days.